Hello, everybody. We are back, and guess what we have here? We talked about it yesterday that we would probably see a update on Wednesday morning or Thursday morning. It looks like it's gonna be Wednesday morning. So let's have a look at what we've got here. We have Moon Mining Array. Uh, Unfortunately, it's not gonna be as content rich for industrial individuals. Um, what this will do is every 20 hours, once a week, the moon mining array will create ubiquitous moon asteroid clusters, and from those, you can gain moon ore, star crystals, and ores like scorodite and dark ochre. Um, the reason they chose scorodite and dark ochre are because they're valuable, I guess. Um, let's see what it says here. Due to the high value of some ores, be wary of covert ops mining frigates and organize large-scale mining fleets for extraction as soon as possible. It is important that while there's no time limit to anchoring, the function can only be activated after acquiring the Moon Drilling Corp tech, so your corporation will have to research this in order to actually have one and utilize one. And there can only be, like I said, one moon drilling operation per week in each system, and it takes 20 hours in order for that to actually come through. What they should do is remove that per week or per system option, and change it to either one per week per planet, or allow it to be every time it comes off cooldown. You can get the moon arrays from manufacturing blueprints purchased on the market. So that will not be in a box. The next thing we've got here is an adjustment to corporation tech. They have added the tech level 5 for corporations, which will allow you to do moon drilling technology. Mastering it allows the activation of the moon drilling array and development of moon resources in occupied systems. So you can't just plop this down anywhere, it has to be an occupied system. Oh, let's see. The moon drilling array reinforcement will require Corp level 6 to upgrade it. And if you master it, you will increase the chances of discovering these ubiquitous clusters. So from that, you will get some new ores. These new ores are moon ore and star crystal. These ores can be reprocessed into planetary materials and are also used as raw materials for some new types of stuff, such as moon ore can be reprocessed into metals and alloys. And that is likely what we will be using to make the new faction battleships and destroyers that are coming out tomorrow, along with possibilities of being used for the what are they called? Starts with an F. Forna, for, for, Fortizar. Because we're probably going to see Titans later this year or next year. Star Crystal can be reprocessed into crystals and small amounts of fuel. Not really sure what the crystal is used for, but we'll see in a little bit. Fullerized can be manufactured from materials such as gas clouds. So, on top of the C50 and C60 or C70 gas that we already have, we may be getting more of that. Oh boy. It's already barely used. I'm not sure why they're adding more. Moon ore and star crystal. So fullerized can now be manufactured from moon ore and star crystal. Okay. Serving as excellent superconductive material used in capacitors, shield emitters, and weapons systems. What this tells me is that we could also be seeing either new types of ships in the near future, or this is what we're going to be using for the new faction battleships. Like modules for the new faction battleships. But we'll get to that as well. Ceramic fibers can be manufactured from materials such as minerals, gas clouds, and system crystals. System crystals? Do they mean star crystals? I think they mean star crystals. They are used in laminated armor coatings as super high strength filaments, significantly reducing armor weight while enhancing protections. I'm assuming that is going to be similar to EVE Online's like electromagnetic energized armor or regular armor, nanofiber, I think it's called. Which is a mid slot for them. It's probably going to be a low slot for us, which would take the place of like hardener, red hardener, or yellow reactives. If you only wanted one type of resistance. The new types of ore come in 2 types and 8 varieties, and cannot be compressed currently. It's likely they will update that to be compressed if they choose a good use for them, or they just take up too much space and players want it. There are a total of 9 types of new materials. View construction interface to see more. Okay. Skills for reprocessing moon minerals were added, and they will be available to train with ISK like you do your normal skills. Alright. So we get absolutely jack all for information on the destroyers because they're literally the least flown ship in New Eden. The 4 new destroyers are the Endurer, the Nightcrow, the Arato, and the Salamander. The Endurer is a Coercer hull. The Nightcrow is a Corax hull. The Nightcrow should be similar to the Stork from EVE Online. The Erato is a Catalyst hull, and the Salamander is a Thrasher hull. They sport enhanced defensive capabilities, and overall combat effectiveness, offering a wider variety of fitting options. Um, these things had better have more high slots or more low slots. Because if you're counting enhanced defensive capabilities and overall combat effectiveness, that's what they need, is more high slots and more low slots. Specifically, if we see that the Night Crow has like 6 high slots, that thing is going to be a much better ship than any other destroyer in the game. Alright, the new faction battleships. I am super excited. I thought we'd only get a few, but we actually got 5 new faction battleships based on our current ones. And it sounds like they are going to be awesome. So the first one we have is the Cobra. Based on the Rattlesnake, it has all around extra combat capability, probably just based on the skills, and it can be equipped with a missile launcher bomb. That's kind of dumb. Why do you want a missile launcher which would wipe out your drones when you launch it? So, if I do end up flying this thing, I will not be putting a bomb launcher on it. And it looks to me that it does not have any special equipment that it could equip or any special modes, but we'll have a look at it. It's just the missile launcher bomb. If that Cobra has decent missile skills on top of its already good drone skills, I think we're gonna find the Cobra to be a very valuable ship in PvE. And if it still supports that 20% resistance for shields that the Rattlesnake has, let's see if I can pull it up here. Battleships, faction. Alright, so yeah, so if it has that 20% shield resistance, still, I think that'll be good. These thermal and kinetic skills probably need to go away and become straight up damage. And then I would be happy if the drone skills stayed the same, or we got like an extra 1 or 2 drone slots on it. We'll see what comes out and we'll have a look at it, see how it stacks up. Alright, the next one we have, which we did not get with the special cruisers, is a Valgorn upgrade. This one is called the Azazel. It is based on the Valgorn. It has increased defensive armor that has been reinforced with advanced materials. I am assuming it'll just have extra armor and extra resistance. So that'll be a very nice tanky addition to it. It also has an improvement to the electronic warfare performance. So all of this stuff here, where you see the web optimal range, the neutralizing effect, and the absorption efficiency, there will also be an added range to this set of skills, which should make it safer to use while also more effective at applying the neutralizing effects. Yep. And then on top of that, it will have sort of a new siege mode called a rapid firing tactical module. So it is also getting a massive DPS buff over the Balgorn. The Balgorn has always had low DPS compared to the other faction battleships, and that was due to its capability to completely neutralize a enemy's defenses. So maybe that'll be the new best farming ship for AI. I don't know. I know it'll be dangerous in PvP, being able to be at range and have some extra DPS. That'll be insane. Our next ship is the Marzio? Marzio? Based on the material. It says its exceptional speed advantage makes it stand out among battleships. They're referring to the warp speed and the flight velocity there. So we're probably getting a slight buff to warp speed and flight velocity. I could see them going up to maybe 75% warp speed increase and adding a flight velocity increase as well. It is fitted with a special jump drive and a covert cyno field generator. I believe that would be the same as the special ops battleships covert cyno field generator. No, so it'll be a more effective field generator over what the special ops battleships can do. Let's see if I can pull that up real quick. Is that a low slot? Interdiction, I believe it's under. Warp disruption field generator cyto. Is that probably what that is? There we are. Found it. So it'll be able to use one of these Starlight Covert field generators. Not really sure what it particularly does for Fleet Covert Ops. Generally, okay. So it won't be able to be detected by scanning, and can only be jumped to by members of your fleet. Okay, so if you're looking for PvP, The Marzio will allow you to very effectively reinforce your captures with members of your fleet without the risk of something else jumping to you. Okay. It doesn't look like it's getting any extra DPS or damage. Um, there is an interesting note here that says, and silently infiltrating enemy rare positions to carry out combat missions. I wonder if it's going to have a covert ops cloak available to it. If it does, the material is going to be the Marzio will be a monstrous PvP solo operator with fleet reinforcement options. The next one we have here is called the Annihilator. It is based on the Vindicator hull. It is going to feature a more effective web of fire web of fire negative effect. So I'm assuming that's going to be the speed decrease here. That'll be buffed. I'm expecting probably like 15 or 20% on that per level. Or maybe it's referring to the roll bonus, which might go up to 50%. It is also going to be, will also have a better capacitor for the warp drive. So you'll be able to jump between systems more effectively. And then it will be able to fit a new module called a repair tactical module. I'm assuming this is going to buff your armor or shield boosters along with maybe buffing resistance. I'm not really sure on that. Or reducing the capacitor cost of those modules. After that, we have a new bar guest. I'm assuming it's a bar guest because it says it is based on the Mordu's Legion, so it should be based on the bar guest hull, but it's not clarified here. It will feature better target painter technology. Its wide area efficient target marking capability enables the Anubis to perform precise long-range strikes on locked targets. It can be fitted with sniper tactical modules. So the Bargist already has like 150-kilometer range on literally all of its missiles. I believe it's like 70 some odd with the rapid heavies. I'm not sure how I feel about that because excited for it, but it should be a mid slot tactical module. Didn't we get a too many matches? Sniper. No matches. Okay, so it is going to be a new module. I don't know if that's going to work the same as the other sniper modes where it will reduce your rate of fire but increase your range. I really hope that's not the case because that thing's going to be dead on arrival if it does that. I think the target painters are going to be really cool to have if it can affect multiple targets with one target painter. With wide area efficient target marking capability. I don't know. Perhaps the target painter will be changed in the next update. We'll have to look at that. But right now, if that sniper tactical module is not, or if that sniper tactical module acts the current way that the sniper mode on the destroyers works, it's going to be dead on arrival. There's an extra note here that uh, the nanocores of the basic ships, the Rattlesnake, Material, Falgorn, Vindicator, and Vargas, will all be able to be transferred to these new ships. So you do not need a new nanocore. Keep your old one, upgrade it as much as you want, and transfer it to the new ship. It does note that some nanocores are still incompatible, but they will be compatible in the future. So how do you obtain these ships? Can be manufactured based on the blueprints, and there's also probably going to be a box here. It says can be purchased in the recommended store as opt supply, limited to one. So you can buy one box per character to get an option of one ship, I'm going to assume. That could just be referring to these tactical modules, but that alone says it can be purchased from Gina Market under Tactical Modules, Regular Tactical Modules tab. So, yeah, you will be able to buy these ships with money on day one by going to the store and choosing the opt supply for the ships. And from after the event, they will be manufactured with blueprints via reverse engineering. We have the opening of the Voyage Ceremony event. This states that it's pretty much the same as last year's. All court members are requested to pilot their designated ship and dock them at a station 15 minutes prior to the event. And you will be automatically transported to the venue. If you are late or fail to pilot, you will not be able to participate. New arrivals in the store. We have the Dragon Chant draw box, and that will allow you to have a chance to get the core, the Dragon Chant core, along with a lucky draw box, which will have advanced units in it. And that's referring to the general units for Nano Course. And we have it! We finally have it! And it's gonna cost an absolute fortune for everybody. They have extended the clone purchase gift event, and made it so you can now go up to 1,800 days of Omega, which will gift you a bunch of flags, a bunch of skill points, a bunch of ISK, and the Wang-Yue Battleship. We finally get the Young Battleship. But the only way you're going to get your hands on it is by paying for 1,800 Omega Days. That is so disappointing. I'm going to do it. And I am going to fly those ships because I have been waiting so long for these ships to come to the game. You may not have to go all the way to 1,800 days. It might be that you have to go to maybe like 1,650 days or something like that to get the ship itself. But at 1,800 days, you'll get the nanocore skill points, Lazarus units, insurance points, and nanocore itself. The Wang-Yue battleship will have universal bonuses to all weapons, capable of considerable firepower without requiring skill bonuses. So it's just gonna have a straight up roll bonus with no additional skills. To give you an idea of what that'll look like, I have here in my hangar a Praxis. You notice here it has a roll bonus with skill bonuses to turret damage, missile torpedo damage, drone damage, EHP, and scanner stuff. That's what it's going to look like. There are no additional skills needed to fly this ship. It is an alpha-friendly ship, but only if you pay for Omega Duo. To give you an idea, let's see here if we can go to the store and go to pilot service. I am currently at 1,102 days on my main account, and I would have to buy the Omega Duo bundle gift pack at least once. No, I think I'd have to buy it twice. That's a lot of money to put into one character having access to that ship. It's a bit of a disappointment, I'll be honest. The real question is it worth it? I'm not sure. It's gonna have to have some good skills on it. It does say it's capable of considerable firepower. And I wonder if that's what they said about the Praxis, but who knows? I'm excited to see if the large decomposers come to game with that. It should come in the equipment box. But that is certainly a bummer. I knew it would come to game like this, but man, that is a lot of money to put down for a battleship that may or may not perform in comparison to other ships in the game. When you look at the Praxis, um, this thing needs a buff. It does not perform well. It's great if you're at Tech 8 and you have it. It is perfectly fine to use this ship as it sits, but the moment you get your hands on a Tech 9 battleship, the Praxis is useless in comparison to that. I really, I'm gonna go through and get, I'm gonna go through and get that ship, at least on one of my characters. But as it sits, let me see if I can pull up. No, it should be under events. If you haven't paid anything into your Omega Special deal, you would have to buy that package 5 times. That is $1,000 to get your hands on that ship. And that's at the discounted price of $189. I can't condone that. I try to be positive and I try to be excited about these things. But you're looking at $1,000 you have to put in order to get that ship. If you use let's add up some flex values here as well. Um, so this will take me a minute. if you use every single bit of flex from the Omega Duo reward, that is 5,100 flex. And if you use that for all of that flex to get the Omega Duo Bundle 30-day, you can buy 5 of those. No, 10 of those. You can buy 10 months of Omega Duo using that. Okay, so that cuts off, and that's at the current max amount of 1,440 days. Okay? And then if you do it again, wow, that is just absolutely insane. Let's also go ahead and see how much ISK you get. Because if you convert all that ISK to Flex, you're maybe looking at probably, that's 1 billion there. That's another 1.2 billion there. So now we're at 2.2, 2.5, 2.7, 2.8 and a half, 2.9 and a half, 350, 3150, 3225. How much Plex can you buy for 3.2? Yeah, 3.225 billion. Let's see, what is the highest quantity here? Mm, so, adding another 300 Plex, 400 if you're lucky. That means you can buy 11 months currently if you use everything. Omega Duo from our current amount of Plex, which already costs you $800 to get to our current. So for $800, you can get to the current maximum reward of 1,440 days, and then you can buy 11 months of Omega Duo. Uh, which is 330 days. That puts you at 1,770 days. You've still got to buy one more month of Omega Duo, which is 500 flex, for $800. That is the lowest cost that you can do to get that new Young battleship plus the nanocore for it. I hope people understand just how insane that sounds. I know I've been going on this rant a little bit, but you really need to understand just how expensive that ship is to try and get. It is not so bad if you have been renewing every year since launch and only renewing once a year. But do not try to do all of this in one go. And if you do try to do all of this in one go, wait for the sales. Wait for this Omega Duo bundle gift to become active. Okay? Wait for this Omega Duo bundle gift to become active. I believe they are refreshed every month. Yes, I think they're refreshed every month. Or maybe it's once a year. I'm not certain. But right now, I know for certain if you buy I pretty much know for certain. I could be wrong. Don't take my absolute word for it. But what I am going to do is I am going to buy this 1 year subscription because I know I'll be playing this game a year from now. That'll put me at the maximum days or close to it. And then every bit of flex that I can, I'm going to be using to get the following rewards. If you buy this today, it is a very, very high chance that there will be a reset on it tomorrow. I could be wrong, but I am going to take that chance because I want to be able to show off that new ship. So let's move on to a lighter topic that's not so price gouged. So we get our first extraordinarily good piece of news. All cruisers and ships that are lower than cruiser sized can now be piloted as of tomorrow morning at any tech level without restrictions. That is such an amazing change for Alpha pilots. That means that Alpha pilots can now fly interdictors. They can fly the special faction cruisers without being locked out of them. Let me pull up a alpha character, so I can show you what I mean by this. This character here is my alpha pilot that kind of sits around and does nothing except for look at the skills and shows you just how long I've been away from this character. Um, I wonder, would it be worth? Let me check something real quick. Since I already have the practice on two characters that I'm not using, I want to see how many days are on them. 547. Well, that's certainly better than trying to get their season 1440. Oh, but I can't trade it. Okay, we'll ignore it for now. Um, anyways, let's go to the market and have a look at the cruisers. All of these cruisers that are blacked out by the Omega option, those should become available to all pilots, no matter the tech level. Right. And that is only going to apply for cruisers, destroyers, frigates. I mean, I don't even. I think there's the fact the Tech 10 frigates are locked behind Omega. But you should be able to fly all of these ships as an alpha pilot based on the tech level restriction being removed. That is an amazing change. Because if pilots can fly the Chameleon, the Fiend, the Salios, and the Adrestia, you're going to find that you can do an insane uh, amount of bounty ticks as an alpha pilot compared to what you could before. Especially if you're multi-boxing. If you're multi-boxing with uh, two chameleons and a fiend, you're looking at alpha bounty ticks of probably somewhere in the 6 or 7 million per character, multi-boxing 3 characters, which is probably looking somewhere in the 15 million per tick, or somewhere around 40 to 50 million an hour pretty easy. Just from bounty ticks. I cannot I cannot state just how nice that will be for alpha pilots. And last thing we've got here, they are increasing the basic valuation of all mission assignments, and confirmation will now be required when you want to say, like if you grab one of these encounters, I'm assuming what this means is that when you grab one and you want to abandon it, they're going to have this message on all missions. I don't know which ones didn't have that option. But but it's there now. They've also increased the number of market orders for filaments here, which means that like Gina will hold, I don't know, if it's only holding 10,000, it'll now have like maybe multiple options of 10,000, so more people can actively use them. And we're gonna have some bugs coming tomorrow because they are launching new a new client engine, which will allow them to develop new content more efficiently, along with being more stable over the long term. It says during the event, download and install version 5.2.2 or higher. I wish I knew what. We are currently on 4.5.7. So or higher from our official website or major app stores. After installing, you can log in and claim your update reward. I don't know what this reward is going to be. They will optimize the new engine's performance and perform bug fixes. It is recommended that all players update the client engine before the end of September. I'm assuming that if you do not update your client engine before the end of September next month, you will no longer be able to play Eve Echoes. Um, I hope that they will keep in mind that people are still playing this game on older phones and tablets, and this could cause an issue of those older phones and tablets no longer being able to run the game. So I really hope that they keep that in mind and continue to support those players. And then now we've got some bug fixes. Fixed the alignment of the Klein well in Nihilist Space Interiors. Fixed an issue where main damage bonus of the Celebration Core was not working against missiles because missiles were applying all kinds of damage types and the Celebration Core just bugged out with it. Fixed an issue where the decimal point of some modules was displayed as 0.00 point? Question mark? I don't know. Fixed precision issue of number display in some interfaces. Fixed an issue where specific content of integrated regs could not be viewed. Fixed an issue where corp points could not be edited. Fixed an issue where corp omega clone interface could not be viewed. And fixed an issue where the secondary attribute resistance bonus of the Celebration Core was abnormal. Not sure what that means, because I never encountered it since I don't have the Celebration Core, but it's there. That's that. That is the update coming tomorrow, and that was an hour of just talking about it. Overall, I think tomorrow's update should be good. I don't see why. I don't see why it'll be like terrible. And there's definitely some things that they should consider improving or adjusting in terms of gameplay for industrialists, the cost of the Yongjun battleship, because let's face it, $1,000 or $800 for a special battleship is ridiculous. Um, if the Yongjun battleship comes out and it is not performing the way in a competitive manner with faction battleships or the Navy battleships or the striker battleships, just don't fly it. Don't get it. But we'll talk about that tomorrow when we actually get to see what it's like. Um, yeah, I'm still excited. I don't want to sound defeated, but it is really hard to accept that a ship that I was thoroughly looking forward to just is gonna be insanely expensive to try to get. I'm gonna do it for at least one character to say I have it, but I really hope it's worth it. It's not gonna cause me to quit the game or anything like that. If it's not, it'll just become a memento in my hangar. I hope it looks cool. I really do hope it looks awesome. Because I really like the look of the Ganyu and the it is the Synesis that they're touting, right? The Ganyu and the Lucent Moon are both really cool looking ships, so I really do hope that it looks cool. I don't know what they'll do after that as Omega Duo rewards. We could see a super carrier in high sec, and I'm sure it's going to be part of not next year's reward, but probably 2 or 3 years if the game is still going at its current rate. Next year we might see the Wang-Yue with skills on top of the roll bonus like they did with the Kanyu logistics. I hope the Wang-Yue has a special mode that's pretty cool, or maybe even the ability to use like shield field generator or command burst or things like that, just to give it a place in the game that isn't currently being filled by any battleship. I may choose, if it does have those options, I may choose to drop my main Raven Navy issue and run that for the extra tank from the shield field generator or whatever. So yeah, we have a lot to look forward to. I'm going to end this stream here. Um, and I will see you all tomorrow, probably about 6 or 6:30 a.m. my EST, Eastern Standard Time. Um, I'm super excited. I really am. Have a good one, everybody, and be safe.